The other day in my Discord server, which you should totally join, someone asked me if I was running out of ideas. Quite frankly, yes and no. I have plenty of ideas, but sometimes I don't know if I feel like doing them or not. If you've read the title today, you're going to know that I'm going to display and explain how I implemented a few of the Super Smash Bros. Melee stages into Mario Maker 2. Heads up, I'm not some pro level maker, even though I know how to come up with some good visual levels sometimes, and the stages aren't meant to be direct copies, and more like Dollar Tree versions of the stages. Enough of that, and let's start. To start off, Yoshi's Island was the first stage I worked on, and it really wasn't that bad. The stage itself is just grass and dirt with the slant that you always get camped out on, and some yellow blocks that can flip in and out. There are some pipes on the stage, one slanting over two smaller pipes. For my Mario Maker recreation, I used the Super Mario World engine, and the blocks and ground were no issue. The only issue I had on the stage was the slanted pipe, since you can't get those in Mario Maker, so I simply used the ground slope with the pipe sticking out of it. Dreamland is a pretty basic stage, kinda like Battlefield, hence why I won't bother making the Battlefield stage. I went for the new Super Mario Bros. U style, and I think it turned out okay. The platforms were pretty straightforward, but for Whispy Woods I used some semi-solid platforms and no blocks for eyes. Finally, I couldn't find anything for the wind blowing to the side, so I decided to use a twister. I know the wind's blowing in a different direction, but honestly, if the wind is annoying, it's gonna work. This stage should not be a surprise to be here, because why wouldn't I make an extremely generic Mario stage on the video? So it's just a simple stage. It has blocks, grounds, and lift. And of course we're gonna have to make it Mario Bros. 1 style. My only issue with the stage is that you can't get the lifts to stay still and have the pulley effect, but hey, it is what it is. Actually, while looking at my footage, it turns out I forgot to add the pipe on the side of the pit wall, so I had to go back and add it. Well, to sum it up, the Mushroom Kingdom wasn't hard to make at all. Final Destination, what I thought was going to be the easiest stage to make. Well, I was wrong. If only there were purple lines or something in Mario Maker 2. Going with the Mario Bros. 1 style seemed to be a fine choice, so I just made a generic floating island thing with a bomb in the center to represent what I think is a black hole. My only wish is that I could have put the stage in night theme so I can have the stars in the background so it really looks like FD. Unfortunately, if I put it in night theme, it's going to turn red, and Final Destination's not red. Come to think of it, Final Destination was boring to think of and make anyway, so let's just leave this bum stage. Great Bay is one of my favorites, and I knew it would be difficult to make, but somehow I pulled off a product that I'm satisfied with. There's water, a turtle, and Pirate's Fortress all on the stage, but I'm sure the stage that I made can be convincing enough if I showed it to you. In the Super Mario World engine, I used the bridge for logs, I used the Koopa Troopa for the turtle, and I used one-way walls as the fortress. And yes, I remembered the tiny little patch of land in the left corner too. Finally, closing off the stages, Mushroom Kingdom 2 was the final one that I'm satisfied with. It's just a stage with the bridge, pits, and a nice waterfall. I used bushes to represent the mini hills on the side and off blocks to represent the waterfall. And just like the original Mario Bros. 2, don't look too hard at the waterfall because your eyes will hurt. The rest of the stage was pretty easy to make, meaning the bridge and the ground weren't too hard to space and decide where to put it all. Alright, now that I showed you the stages that I really wanted to show, I want to show you a stage that I worked on, but I'm not so proud of it. Corneria did not seem like a stage I could make, and boy was I right. It might seem easy, however I couldn't find a gray metal looking thing for it, so I kept searching and experimenting until I got an idea. I made Corneria, but I burnt it. However, to say the least, while it wasn't so good, I'm satisfied with the shape of it. I used a red dotted line block and the snake block to make the Star Fox logo and name. Lastly, for the gun, I used a bridge with the burner attached to it. You can attempt to get there, but even if you do, there's no getting back up on stage. Anyway, technically that was the final stage, but let's keep that a secret between us, alright? I really enjoyed making this video. Sorry if I didn't get to do some of the stages that you expected, and let me know if you like this and want to see more of this in the future. As usual, my other socials will be listed in the description as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Adios.